Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. We are in a Bible study. My name is Amy. I am an ordained minister, and we are in the Niv. We will be through this year, and then in 2026, we will do other versions of the Bible. We are in the book of Genesis. We're doing chapter 12. We're going to do all of chapter 12, but we're going to go into chapter 13, verse 4. For no other real reason than dramatic effect, to be honest. So, let's get into why. So, the call of Abram. Remember, not Abraham just yet. Abram. Okay? Chapter 12, verse 1. The Lord said to Abram, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and I will make you, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. All the people of the earth will be blessed through you." It's a pretty big promise. I mean, and firstly, all this was just giving you who the biology was. It's not a whole bunch of stories of them all talking to his ancestors. So I wonder what that was like for him. Or was it commonplace? So he just expected it to happen. Could you imagine how we would be these days if suddenly, because you'd go to a doctor and you'd get some medicine. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, because you should definitely go, if you hear voices, you definitely should go get it checked out medically. Make sure you're of sound mind. Please don't assume it's a deity. Because it doesn't even sound like it was commonplace here. So Abram left as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran and took his wife, Sarah, or Sarai, and his nephew, Lot. Right? All the people they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your offspring, I will give this land. Now C, footnote of C, which is, see, that doesn't look like a C. Well, where is it? Or seed. Instead of offspring, your seed. So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Makes sense? From there he went on toward the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent. With Bethel on the west, and this thing is spelled A-I. I on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord, and called on the name of the Lord. When Abram set out, he continued toward Negev. So, he's stopping, building an altar. So nothing fancy. He's building this out of whatever he finds, because I doubt he's dragging heavy objects with him across this with his people. Here, Lord? No, not here. But which direction? Keep going east. Whatever it is. Abram in Egypt. They're in Syria, right? They're in that area. They're in that, So they're south of the mountains of Serbia, but north of the Middle East, in the Middle East direction if you're looking at Jerusalem. Yeah. So he keeps heading out toward the Negev, which is that way. He's heading Abram in Egypt to the country. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, "I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but let you live. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. So cover for me, so they don't kill me, just so they can take you. Because otherwise they'll kill me and then take you. Because that's how they treated women in those days. They were like, objects. When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw she was a very beautiful woman, and the Pharaoh's officials saw her, and they praised her to the Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, men servants, maid servants, and camels. But the Lord inflicted serious disease on Pharaoh and his household because Abram's wife, Sarah. So Pharaoh summons Abram. "What have you done to me?" Because he's recognizing the source is from God. And he's like, "What's new? This is new." He said, "Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she's my sister? So that I took her to be my wife." So the Pharaoh was sleeping with Sarah. But she's barren. So it's not like it could produce children. And she was doing it to keep her husband safe. But now Pharaoh knows. "Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go." Then Pharaoh gave orders about Abram to his men, and they sent him on his way with his wife and everything he had. So get out of my country. Chapter 13, verse 1, Abram and Lot separate. So Lot was with him when he came in, and Lot left with him when they came out of Egypt. So Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and silver and gold. Okay, from the Negev, he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, the place between Bethel and Ai, because Ai, where his tent had been earlier, where he had built the first built an altar. There Abram called in the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, but the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose between Abram's herdmen and the herdsmen of Lot. The Canaanites and the Prezerites were also living in the land at the time. So I correct myself, that is to verse 7 instead of verse 4. So we will stop there. There is quarreling because everything is just too compressed. Everything's just too close together. And how appropriate is that, given that the holidays have just finally left and we are now in ordinary, well, not really so much ordinary time, not having to be around holiday time. Not having to be around these people who are disruptive to our patterns, and not having extra things we have to do on top of our already too busy schedules. So let's call in the blessing of getting back to our healthy patterns, or creating new healthy patterns, because the crush of the holiday season showed you just what it was in your life that really had to go. Until, well, a few minutes from now, friends, in the Psalms.